Okay, the main logical operator, or what I'll sometimes call the main connective, is very important for what you're going to be doing for the rest of the course. So you want to at least start getting a handle on it now. Okay, so this is section 6.3. You should read this for yourself. You have some examples here. I want to look at these two methods you can use for finding the main logical operator, and we'll go through some examples, and I'll also show you another method. Okay, so this might look a little different than what's in your version of forallx. Don't worry about that. It's not very different. It's basically the same. But what we have here is when we have a sentence that includes the outermost brackets, then if the first symbol is a not, then the not is the main logical operator. Or if that's not the case, then we can do this counting method. I'll show you how to do that. If the outermost brackets are dropped, and if you read the next section, 6.4, it says here, I'm not going to go through it all, but it does say that in certain circumstances, dropping the outermost brackets is okay. It's allowable. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to confuse us, so we can do it. But when that's the case, when those outermost brackets have been dropped, then we change our method a little bit. So number one won't apply, because if the not is the main logical operator, then the outermost brackets have to be used. So they will be there if the not is the main logical operator. Otherwise, you can still do that counting method, but stop when you get to 0 instead of 1. Okay, so let's look at some examples. All right, so starting here on the first line, we have a pretty simple sentence, R or S. Well, it's not the case that R or S, and so since not is our first symbol we come to, we are using the outermost brackets, so the not is the main logical operator. Now notice that what we have here on the far left is different than this. Here, the not is not the main logical operator. We are using the outermost parentheses. Not is not the first thing we come to. The not basically goes with the R there, and the main logical operator is the OR. Okay, and then in this case, this one, not R or S, is the same as what we have over here. Here we have dropped the outermost parentheses, but it's no problem. It's still the case that the OR is the main logical operator. The not is just only going with the R there. Okay, here's this one. We have the not, parentheses, then parentheses P or Q, and not T. Okay, so here we are using outermost parentheses. That is the entire sentence, or this whole thing has parentheses around them. And the not is outside those parentheses. Not comes first, so the not is the main logical connective there. Okay, so here next we have some examples where we are going to count the parentheses. So the idea is, in this one here, we are using the outermost parentheses. So we begin counting. The first parentheses is 1, the second is 2, or these are the going in this direction. And then when we get to the parentheses that is the closed parentheses, we start subtracting from that. So we subtract 1 from 2. And so when we get to 1, the next connective we get to is our main logical operator. So that's going to be the and. And the and is the main logical operator in this sentence. Over here, if we don't have the outermost parentheses, we can do the same method, but we stop at 0. So we start with 1, and then we have a closed parenthesis, so we subtract 1, that gets us to 0, and so our main connective is the and. All right, and then going back to section 6.3, the 2b tells us that sometimes we have to count the other direction. So here you'll notice we're counting, we've got a longer sentence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have closed parentheses, so we start subtracting. 3, 2, 1, we've gotten to 1, but so 1 is the second to last parentheses there. But there's no connective that comes after it, there's just another parentheses and the sentence ends, so our method hasn't worked there. So in that kind of case, you need to start on the far right. So now I'm looking over here. Start on the far right, do the same counting, but move to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. Then we have open parentheses, but now we're going to start counting down. So 3, 2, 1, we've gotten to 1. So I should mention we're using outermost parentheses here. We've gotten to 1, so our main logical operator is the biconditional right there. All right. Okay, so those methods work fine. What you ideally want to be working towards, though, is not counting parentheses. You want to just be able to look at a sentence and see what the main logical operator is. And with time, you will be able to do that. How you do that is basically by breaking down a sentence like this. So looking at this one here, what you want to do is recognize that, so here we have P or Q inside parentheses, and so basically this is one chunk. So we have that, and then on this side we have not, if not T, then R inside parentheses. So again, this is one chunk. Now it matters ultimately what's inside those chunks, but for right now we can say that this sentence is expressing this and this. Call this A, call this B. And so our sentence is, at the most general level, saying A and B. And so again, at the most general level, the connective is the and. So our main logical operator is an and. Okay, so again, what you want to do when you look at a sentence ultimately is be able to kind of see where these chunks are, and then at the most general level, identify the connective that is connecting these chunks, if you want to call them that. Okay, so here again, this one's pretty similar. We have if not A, then C inside parentheses. So this is one unit, if you want to say that instead of chunk. And then over here we have B, if and only if, not D, inside parentheses. So again, that's one unit. And then again, the most general level, what the sentence is saying is, A and B. And of course, it's going to matter if we're doing more with the sentence what is in this chunk and what is in this chunk. But for finding the main logical connective, we don't have to worry about that. We just want to know that there are these units and that they're connected with an and. And the and, of course, then is the main logical operator. Okay, so I've got these other sentences. You may want to try them. Actually, what I'll do is stop the video here. In the next video, I'll do all of these. If you want to try these before watching the second video, then you can.